Thank you. Good evening. My name is Jan Druin. I live in Woolgate, Connecticut, and spelling my last name is D-R-U-A-N. I'd like to thank the Siting Council for holding the meeting. A lot of people like ourselves, myself and others, to come and express our opinion regarding the matter here. When I heard about the meeting and my support for the wind energy, I have to admit, at first I didn't know much about it. And I read a little bit about the subject matter, and I'm here to show my full support for wind turbine energy. Although I don't live in Prospect, I look forward to having the opportunity to embark upon an alternative energy source like wind-generated energy in our state. Wind energy is safe and beneficial for the environment and the economy, and as I learned more about this project, I was pleasantly surprised to learn the environmental benefits. Just to mention a few, zero air emissions, no water consumption, no pollution, 100% renewable energy. And on top of that, wind energy will significantly reduce the greenhouse and carbon gases. By coming here tonight and showing my support for this project, I hope to encourage residents of Prospect and others to welcome the building of wind turbines in their communities. I feel secure in knowing that the state has a strong regulatory guidelines in place to regulate proposals for renewable energy projects. We need to let those regulators who handle these types of projects do their jobs. By supporting this project, we can play a part in putting the town of Prospect on the map as Connecticut begins its journey toward meeting the state's mandate for renewable energy. I also read that Wind Prospect Project hopes to produce annually 25% of the town's electricity usage, at full capacity 85%. Hard to argue with those numbers. I also like to point out the economic benefit that wind energy will bring to the town and the state. It will generate jobs to erect the turbines as well as several permanent positions to run the equipment once the turbines are up and running. In addition to being a huge financial boost to the town, the proposal has the benefit of doing so without adding additional strains on the town budget. Prospect and Connecticut as a whole needs the tax revenue, the jobs, and the green energy that Wind Prospect project brings. And please remember that renewable energy will reduce the carbon footprint of each and every household in this community. The environment wins, Connecticut wins, Prospect wins. It's a win-win situation. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. David Young, YOUNG, 35 Nancy Avenue, Prospect, Connecticut. Not to anyone who's spoken here before, but speaking about natives, I was born at my parents' home some 600 feet from here, in a family that's been in this town since before it was incorporated. And I've been on the
Which
town...
was what year?
1827.
Okay.
We go back to 1784.
Okay.
I've been on the first town council that was formed here, and am currently the treasurer of the town of Prospect. I love this town, and I've lived in it my entire 72 years, and I wouldn't move to another place that I can think of at this time, other than the fact that we've had a very cold winter around here, and I can think of some warmer climates. I would just ask one thing in your consideration, and I don't know if I can introduce this like a written statement or as a piece of evidence, but looking at some of the mailers that have gone out, I see that Save the Prospect Corporation of Woodcrest Drive, which I've heard an awful lot about tonight, many of the people here live there, has mailed this out, and it has on it a picture that I am challenged to believe is accurate, showing two windmills almost in the center of the roadway here. I don't think this is what we're looking at in this situation. So the bottom line for me is that I would ask you to sincerely look at each piece of evidence or propaganda that might have been brought forth by either side when making your decision, so that it might be a proper one. May I admit this? Or is that not?
Don't tell me that. But I will tell you that everything we get, we read, we review, And I think there are, what, over 100,000 pieces of paper in this? I think I got 10,000 this week. There are a lot, not 100,000, but there are real, thousands of thousands. Thank you very much, and we go through each one. We also have our staff go through them. It's a very time-intensive exercise, which we take very seriously. Mr. Joseph, how close did I get to that?
Real good.
Okay.
It's Polish. Good evening. Rick Picturesque, Orange, Connecticut, recently from Waterbury. Jurzyk. At first, I was just going to come here tonight and go, hey, I'm for wind energy. But I sat here and listened to a lot of people and their concerns, and a lot of them seemed like they were one-sided for themselves and, not really looking at everything going on. A couple things here. The reason we're in Prospect is because it is the best place in Connecticut for wind. We didn't just land here and say, there's open space, let's take it. Another thing, and it's a shame that most of the people that were here earlier left, because they didn't get a chance to hear everybody speak. But the partners, one who lives in town with his family, would not come in and destroy his own personal property. And the other partner, who had lived in Prospect, doesn't live there anymore, but does have lots of friends and family. I just want to let you know that I am for this project. This project is for now. These guys have done a lot of work. They didn't just show up yesterday. Unfortunately, people seem to think that that's not the truth. We need to get going now. We need to create jobs. And we need to get this thing moving forward as soon as possible before it just blows away in the wind. Thank you very much, and have a great night.
To be followed by Patrice O'Leary.
Hi there, my name is Nelson Algren, A-L-G-A-R-I-N, 22 Woodcrest Drive here in Prospect. And
We don't need you. Fall in, yeah. Okay.
I'm here to speak about experience. My wife and I run a company in Cheshire, a small company. Second generation, we're 35 years old, and we have a lot of experience. And we have customers today that, new customers, we're going to do a job, they ask us for references. What have you done in the past? Can you do the project? And we have to supply that information. We have state contracts that we have to supply references for. And we do. We've been in business 35 years. This company, B&E, has not set one, not even a little tiny one, of these turbines. How can we expect them and believe that they can do this job properly? Okay, they have no experience, and I have a list with brake failures. They have no experience with ice spills, no experience with vibrations, no experience with overloads, no experience with bearing failures, no experience with fires. They don't have any experience with any of these because they haven't studied any of them. So how can you approve this? It's just crazy. And giving the council all the credit in the world, you guys haven't even cited them. So we have 2 strikes. The third strike is going to be putting these things up in our neighborhood. It's just going to kill us. So this is the wrong company and the wrong location. 2 strikes. We don't want strike 3. Thank you.